black furthest away from us, and Durham University in the Palatinate purple closest to us.
So that's Rebecca Girling from Molesey.
Rebecca Garling and Wilson of Durham, I think.
Yes, Rosalind Wilson.
And just coming through the enclosure in camera 3, we have this Edinburgh University, Worcester University boat there. I wonder if we can get it up on the screen, because this looks like a good race from camera 3. Oh, here they are. Here they go. This does look like a close race.
Yes, and there's about a third of a length in it here between the two. On the far side, we've got Edinburgh University, and on
this
far side is Worcester, and this side is Edinburgh.
And it looks as though this Edinburgh crew, if they've got the same fight that their colleagues had in that previous race, could make it through to the next round too. And I think, looks from here as though Edinburgh are just starting to move away from the Worcester crew. But then that could be another commentary.
Well, we'll pick that up from the next camera angle just a bit further down the course in a moment. And here we go. Yes, indeed. Quite difficult to split them. I'm not sure. Worcester on the far side and Edinburgh on this side. This is a very tight one there, Carol. I think Worcester may just edge it at the moment by a little bit of a canvas, third of a length perhaps. On the far side.
I think you are right. Yeah, absolutely.
And Worcester still hanging on, but Edinburgh now taking up. Edinburgh, you can almost see them decide, we're going to have another push. We're going to have another push. Legs, 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 girls. Come on, push those legs away. And they're coming back at them. They're coming back at them. Oh, wow. What are the judges going to do on that one? Well, have they got through? Well, there's still about 10 strokes to go, and it looks to me as though Edinburgh, like their club mates a few minutes ago, may have they got their noses in front, or have Worcester managing to hang on there?
This is such a difficult angle to judge from where we're sitting, and this is going to be one for the Finnish judges.
So they're 39 Worcester have gone up to. What are Edinburgh at? Let's take their rate as well, see how high they've gone. Edinburgh only at 37.5. Edinburgh push again. Worcester going bananas. They're going bananas. Everything but the kitchen sink thrown at it.
That is amazing. That is just wonderful.
And are they drawing away from Edinburgh? I think they might be.
They have done. I think they have moved away.
Whoa.
Look at that.
I think that's called digging deep, isn't it?
Well, as you said, they threw everything at it. So that was...
And look at that. One length in about 15 strokes.
But Edinburgh just look broken now, don't they?
They're just completely shot.
Just having led for so long to...
The technical phrase, I think, for that Edinburgh crew is blown up.
Ah, I thought you were going to say something else there. Luckily we didn't. We are on here.
Their legs just gave up underneath them.
Hard race, though. Hard race.
And a good race too. Right, let's go back to this sculling race. Remind us what we're doing.
We have got Wilson of Durham University on your screen, at the top of the screen, with Rebecca Girling of Molesey on the lower side of the screen. And it's Durham University sculler leading by probably about 2 lengths now. I love these angles that you get from the drone, just looking down on these scullers. I bet the coaches love them too, because you can just see exactly what your athlete is doing with every stroke. And you'll get sort of footage like this. It's very easy to go over and analyse with your athlete and discuss where the little errors are creeping in. It's the Wilson of Durham University leading there.
I think the challenge is that quite rightly they don't give up licences to have a drone to do what our cameraman's doing lightly. Apparently it's a very difficult and skilled job, and whoever we've got clearly knows his job, and we're very lucky.
Well, these are very expensive pieces of equipment, so you don't want to lose them.
So this is your 2 lengths is no longer 2 lengths, I don't think, Carol. I think they're coming together a little bit more.
About length and a half, maybe?
Yes.
So these kisses of death that I've been giving people, I should just stop. Very hard to see with the sun glistening off the top of the waves there. Not much waves, in fact, just the ripples in
And
the
not
water.
much between them as they disappeared. Certainly less than a length in it between. Between
Wolsey
these two
Sculler's
skulls.
coming back, isn't she?
Yes, that's absolutely
Rebecca
right.
Girling of Wolsey just really putting in a push there. I think she's doing something just now. Just look at that angle and the sort of lean back she's getting. She's just
Yeah, and Rosalind
really
Wilson. I would think I'm looking at this one. I think Rebecca Girling may have got through here.
just going to say exactly the same thing there, Stan. It just seemed to be maybe that was a race plan.
But I don't think this race is over yet. I think there's we're now well into the last third of this race, about the last 200 metres, and well, I can see both those girls right on the edge there. Can I do some more? Can I find that extra little bit? Can I just a little bit of a wobble there? A little bit of a wobble there on the far side from Girling.
Yeah,
another wobble again. Hey.
Whoa, is that a bit of...
And is that making a difference? Is that letting Wilson come back in? I think it might be.
Oh, what a race. We've seen some fantastic races this afternoon. This is...
The sculling has just been out of the top drawer, hasn't it?
But it's not just one sculling race. It's lots of them that are very, very good. And this is such a delight to watch because often sculling races can be a wee bit dull.
I was going to say, it's not very many years ago when Friday afternoon was a seriously unpopular time to be standing in the back of launches commentating because you almost never saw a race. Well, when did we last see a race apart from because of an accident? There hasn't been a race.
Very few. It is now Rebecca Girling leading. Look at that. Look at that differential she's managed.
Just having had that wobble, she found some second wind or third wind or fourth wind, and
I don't think that's the
no, that's
race.
a different race.
That's the next race.
That's
Poplar,
the next
Blackwell
race down.
and Marlow. So we're going to be going with this senior
Yes,
skull
that's
of
right.
Poplar.
So you'll need to look up on the website to see whether Girling did hang on and beat Wilson, whereas we've now got race number 51.
And Poplar, Blackwell and District on the top of the screen with Marlow at the bottom of the screen, just obscured by the race tag. Marlow in the darker boat there.
So that's
Sculler 137.
That's Abigail Armstrong from Marlow and Andrea Stock from Poplar.
And this is, yeah, we were just talking about sculling races and how close they are. Look at this one. They're almost coming down to the enclosure with the drone. And what's in it? Canvas, if that? Whoa, these are really hard races to scull.
So Andrea Stock from Poplar and Abigail Armstrong from Marlow. In this, there's the third of this block of four first round heats of the senior single sculls for the Bernard Churchill Trophy here at Henley Women's Regatta. And you're watching the live streaming and it's thoroughly enjoyable. Lovely afternoon it's turned out to be. The wind has died down, the sun has come out, the course is looking absolutely beautiful. There's almost no stream at all running down, and racing's absolutely bang on time, and every race is a cracking race, and this one is no exception.
Oh, look at that.
Split these scullers if you can, Carol.
Marlow. To my mind, Marlow. Oh, no, it's not. It's the Poplar, Blackwell and District sculler in front now.
But the distance between them...
Canvas, if that.
A pocket handkerchief.
Oh, there they go, just past us. Canvas. Wow. These sculling races are such a delight. So these are the senior sculls.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when we get to the elite scullers later on? Will we have the energy and breath to commentate on that? We won't see them today. That's another day's excitement and enjoyment. But boy, I'm looking forward to them now.
This is quite extraordinary. We've got Andrea Stock from Poplar and Abigail Armstrong from Marlow. And at the moment, Andrea Stock from Poplar. Lovely. She rose... She may well row on the Albert Dock in the East End of London because the River Thames down at Poplar, just upstream from the Greenwich O2 Arena, is not the calmest and kindest piece of water, and there's an awful lot of debris often gets down in that river, not to mention a constant stream of river calf. But Poplar have a fine tradition of sculling, which actually goes back over 200 years, because the Waterman and Lighterman and the Doggett's coat and badge, and many of the people who won that have gone on to race open boats. And these days, of course, there are female apprentice scullers that can compete in the Doggett's. But here we have another fine race.
What a cracking race that
and
was.
Has she gone through? The question we have to ask ourselves is, has Abigail Armstrong found herself bettered now by Andrea Stock having another go and pushing through?
I think, as one of the angles I got, I think it was still the Poplar sculler marginally in front, but the Marlow sculler had put in a phenomenal push there. And this race, I don't think this race is over yet.
No, I don't.
I think there's still a fight in there to be done, and I think this one will go to the Finnish judges yet again. So this...
Again, we're in the last third of the race. About 300 metres to go. Two scullers still bang against each other. This is gladiatorial racing par excellence. I'm beginning to understand why, before boxing was invented in the 19th century, professional sculling used to draw crowds of 20, 30, 40,000.
And big money bet on the outcome. There was a lot of betting on the professional scullers. It was
it looks
big business. It's...
Looks like Abigail has proven to be stronger. I think the Marlow sculler just outlasting Andrea Stock from Poplar.
That was fantastic.
And there's one more sculling. There's some more sculling races to come. Okay, so what have we got next?
I think we've got one on the start, and it's this one coming down and. Just trying to figure out where we are. There's certainly a sculling race sitting on the start. I think we might have missed one that has come off the start.
I think there's one actually on the course already. Although looking at yes, there is. If we have one just coming up to the enclosures now, we will have race number 52, which is Wallingford and Walbrook in the senior sculls. Walbrook, Natasha Gallagher. Who's on the far side, and from Wallingford we have Eve Newton.
And if you could catch the colours earlier, the Wallingford sculler has the red all-in-one with the blue stripe down the side, and she was leading by about a length and a half as they went past us. I think that lead is being increased somewhat, and she is moving away from the Walbrook sculler over the far side as we get the angles now.
So not quite as tight a race as some of the other ones. This one looks a little bit more set than some of the other ones that we've had. It looks to me as though Eve Newton from Wallingford has sufficient of a cushion there, but based on what we've seen in the previous races, do you think I'm right there, or do you think we might see something from Natasha?
I'm not sure. I was just looking at Eve Newton there. She looks like a very strong sculler. She looks quite comfortable. She looks as though she is well in charge there. And I think she is just doing enough to stay in front to that 2 lengths comfort zone. And I think that race will progress as we see it. But that said, I have been wrong in the past.
Well, Cara, I'm going to desert you for a few minutes now. Martin's going to come back in and join you. I think I need a little bit of a lie down after all those.
Thank you very much, Stan. Thank you for your accompanying stories.
Well, Stan's gone for a rub down with the Sporting Life just to get himself back and in tip-top condition. But lovely to see Stanley back in the saddle. And yes, here we are. Race number 52.
This is 52 on the screen. This is the Eve Newton of Wallingford leading the Walbrook sculler. And I think Eve Newton's just doing enough to stay in front there. She looks, as I said earlier, a really nice strong sculler. I think she's maintaining that 2-length advantage that she has, and I think that may continue down to the finish.
Do you know what? It's getting warm.
It's lovely out there. It is so nice out there. You can see those from the screens if the the camera pans round the crowds, you can see how beautiful conditions are down here. Beautiful spectating conditions.
Yes, down the road from here, we have Royal Ascot going on at the moment, and all those people there are betting. The best bet in the world is whatever the weather forecast says, bet on the opposite, because this is supposed to be thunder and lightning.
It had changed this morning so that it would be drier.
Now, I don't know what thunder and lightning looks like in Aberdeen, but it doesn't look like this thunder and lightning to me.
No.
Beautiful conditions. Are you enjoying yourself? As we look at the next race on the course, which is Single Sculls. It's Tideway Scullers School, Wilkinson Fella and Cantabrigian, sculled by the name of Miss Darlington.
Yes, these sculling races, I don't know if you've been keeping an eye on them from outside there, Martin, but these sculling races have been really, really good. There have been some very close races. There's some been races where we thought we had the outcome that was reversed, which is very hard to do in a sculling race.
Do you know, I was just talking to Commentary Ken Roberts,
our boss.
Who, yes, he knows a thing or two. Well, he tells me he knows a thing or two. We were just saying how many races actually have changed lead or changed positions, and actually from the halfway point, how many of the crews that were leading at halfway there's been changed over. This race that we're watching at the moment sadly doesn't look like it's going to be like that. However, it ain't over till it's over, and today it's been.
For the Friday at Women's Henley, I think the standard of racing has. I think year on year the standard of racing is improving, and I think this year we're seeing some fantastic senior single sculls. It looks as though this Tideway Sculler School, my brain's going, has this race pretty much under control there. She looks quite relaxed as she's coming towards us there, just doing enough to stay in front, because it's a long regatta. And
well, it's senior single sculls, isn't it? And I'm sure you'll tell me if I'm not being politically correct here, but from the back, these women, they look quite broad. They're a good frame if you look at them sculling towards you. Do you know what I mean?
You're treading in so much thin ice there, Martin. I know exactly what you mean.
Am I saying it nicely? Ish.
Ish.
I can tell by that look, that wee Scottish glance that I'm in deep water. But what I was thinking when we were watching them come, yes,
big shoulders,
well done,
big frame,
well
getting
done.
that lovely reach out, long arms, and that lovely long levers.
So is there almost like a triangular shape that is a single sculler?
I think there is.
She got out of that one, didn't we?
Yeah, you did. I think there is actually. But yeah, beautiful sculling from Wilkinson Feller of Tideway Sculler School, just levering herself past the following crews.
Oh, here we are.